I ended up getting sick and couldn't pay rent. Ended up paying my rent up like 3-4 months up with my taxes. Ended up getting bed bugs because she didn't treat anything. And so I had to come out of pocket to treat the bed bugs. I had to refurnish all my house, couches, beds, furniture, like everything, the works. And so I fell behind in rent. A month before Christmas, I got served by the sheriff. And so we go to court and I show my proof that I had paid my rent, that I had kept up with my end of the bargain and everything. So they ended up lowering what I owed her, but I still owed her and still had to leave. So I ended up getting put out. I was mad because it was, for one, right before Christmas. Like, my goal was to have a house by Christmas. This is how soon it was. And my kids, like, I was mad for them because I knew that wherever we went, my kids weren't gonna be treated how I would treat them at home. The first time I met Felicity, it's funny because I was actually irritated when I came in here. I was irritated at the situation, so I was very short with her, but she was very sweet, very understanding, and she's even understanding now.
That initial meeting was interesting, to say the least, just because, as she mentioned, she's coming in, just getting evicted, experiencing homelessness, and there's quite a few areas where she is physically in crisis. And so it was, what do you want from me? Like, what do you guys do? And so, like, kind of that. And so being able to meet her where she is and be like, all that we do here is to get you to where you want to go.
Even though I felt like I was a bad mom and what I was doing was terrible to put my kids through, that they were actually there to tell me that I'm not a bad mom, that we all have mistakes, we all have stuff we go through. And it's not so much a failure as it's just a setback. It was stressful. Like, I can't say it's not stressful, because anytime you look for somewhere to go, to move to, whether you got evicted or you're just tired of where you're at, it's stressful. But to go from the hotel on 78th where they're doing drugs in the next room, or, you know, they're selling them outside or whatever, to having my home, it's nice. And I mean, I like my home. I love my home. I've got enough room for my kids to play around. I mean, I got my own washer and dryer, so to a lot of people it's not a plus, but I actually spend like 120 plus at a laundromat. So having that, my necessities are met. Like, I didn't have a dishwasher. I've never really grew up with a dishwasher unless it was in my aunt's house. I have one. I've never had more than one bathroom. And it's the little stuff like that that I'm genuinely happy about. Home cooked meals, that is something that I missed. I love cooking for my kids. And when you're in a hotel setting, some hotel settings, you don't have the kitchenette to cook for. You don't have the full refrigerator. So it's like the little things that we took for granted when we had our home, we missed. And so now that we have it, it's like we cherish it more. A huge weight released off my shoulders. Like, I don't have to worry about, are my kids safe? Are they gonna be exposed to something I don't want them exposed to? I can shut them in my home and tell them, like, hey, don't leave. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're safe. And that was the biggest, I think that was the biggest weight on my shoulders, was I work 2 jobs. How do I manage being in a hotel with 3 babies versus being at home? I can have somebody come, hey, sit with them from 11 o'clock till 3 o'clock in the evening, well, night, morning, whatever. Just sit with them while they sleep and they're in their home. I don't have to go to one place and pick them up and then take them back out. And then it was a lot being in the hotel.
One of the things that I'm extremely proud of with Kyra is her tenacity to work so much. And so for a normal person, 40 to 50 hours is what you normally do to provide for your family. Kyra's working average 70 hours as a single mother. And so seeing that she knew, because I have these barriers, because I don't necessarily have a financial support that I can lean on in this time, I'd rather do the hard work and remove myself from moments of spending time with my family, because I know that if I do this for a little time, I'll be able to live out the life that I want to in the future. And so that in itself was one of the biggest things that I was like, wow, she's gonna get there, because she was willing to sacrifice even now, even more than she's already sacrificed for her and her family to get them into that apartment, to get them stably living there, to provide them with what they need.
I'm thankful for them, because without them, we wouldn't have a house. And I don't think that we would, like I said, I don't think we would be where we're at right now, and as fast as it was. Like when I say we got kicked out on the end of November, we were literally only homeless for the month of December. And without them, like, we'd probably still be homeless.